friends, it's Mrs. Kirshner, and I'm here to read you a book. This one's called Life in a Pond. What is that letter? Yeah, P. P, P, P. Can you think of other words that start with letter P? P. Pink, or pig, or puddle. There's lots of words that start with the letter P. Let's find out what lives in a pond. Well, first of all, what is a pond? A pond is a small, shallow means not very deep, still body of water. And still means that it doesn't move. You know, have you ever been to a creek or a river? Creeks and rivers, the water moves along like this, okay? Or the ocean, you know, with the waves coming in. A pond doesn't have any of that. The pond water just sits there like in a puddle, okay? Sometimes the wind will ruffle it a little bit, but for the most part, it just sits. Okay. Ponds are found in many parts of the world. There are ponds in forests, on farms, and in cities. Ponds are smaller than lakes, but bigger than puddles. Now, there are lots of animals that live in ponds. One of them is fish. Fish live in ponds. They breathe oxygen from the water through their gills. Let me put this up here a little closer. Can you see that? You see that little kind of C-shaped mark on the side of their head? Well, that is their gills. And what a fish does is it swallows water and it gets the oxygen out of the water and it goes out through their gills, okay? Like you breathe in air, that's how fish breathe. We can't do that, can we? We have to be in the air. We can't get the oxygen out of the water. Ducks live by ponds. They swim on the water and they dive underwater to look for food. So sometimes you'll see a duck and it'll be bottomed up and all you can see is its bottom up in the air. Well, that is because it's chasing after some kind of food, maybe a little underwater plant or an underwater insect that it wants to eat. Okay? That's called dabbling. Isn't that a funny word? Dabbling. That's what it's called when a duck goes bottoms up in the pond. Frogs kick and swim in the water. Frogs also eat insects. You see them? Okay. Frogs breathe air, though. They don't breathe water like fish do. There are also plants growing in a pond. You know what those are called? Those are called water lilies, okay? And the leaves are like big flat plates, and they float on the top of the water, and so do the flowers. And they have long roots that go all the way to the bottom of the pond so that they can be in the mud of the pond, and it anchors them in place and allows them to get nutrients out of the water, okay? These are cattails, and they grow in the shallow water on the edge of the pond. Now, a cattail is a plant with a brown fuzzy tip. Can you see those? Let me hold it up a little closer. See those long fuzzy things? And people thought they looked like cat's tails, so that's how they got their name, cattail. Isn't that funny? The sunlight shines through the shallow pond water and reaches plants that grow on the bottom of the pond. Now, you know, plants need water, and they need air, and they need soil to grow in, don't they? And they also need light. And so the pond is shallow enough, not very deep, that light can reach plants that grow even at the bottom. Oh, what are those? Yeah, there's a frog and a raccoon. Those are both pond animals. Many animals and plants live together in ponds. Animals find food in the ponds, and plants need the pond water to grow. Ponds are full of living things. And that will be the end. Can you think of some of the animals that live in a pond? Turtles. What's another one? Fish. Yeah, fish live in a pond. What else? Ducks. Raccoons sometimes live near a pond, don't they? Yeah. And frogs. If you want to visit a real life pond, Cox Arboretum on 741 has several. Then one of them has a bird blind, which is like a little house. And you can go and sit in the house and peek through these windows and watch. And sometimes you'll see the birds come down, like the ducks or the geese or herons and other types of birds that like ponds. And you can see them and watch them, but you got to be really quiet, okay? And if you look in the water on the edge of the ponds, sometimes you'll see frogs or even tadpoles. And the big main pond has a lot of fish in it and also turtles, especially on a sunny day. If you come out on a sunny day, you can find so many turtles. I once counted 25. That's a lot of turtles, okay? So, bye for now.